Like, what's this? Is it going to make me mutate? Why is it so big? What's in it? You know, like, why are they so big? Guys, good morning. Welcome back to yet another video. My name is Dando Ikemba and welcome back to my channel. In case you are new to this channel is about documenting my first in the US. My family and I have recently relocated to the United States of America from South Africa, and this is basically a channel where I document my first type of thing. So today's video is slightly different. We've been here in the US for about 3 months and a week up until today. Currently we are in the US for 3 months and a week. Please don't mind the noise, guys. If you are not new, you would know that I have a 5-month-old and I have been trying to put her to sleep and she just doesn't want to sleep, so I literally had to fight. You'll also notice that even the setting of this video is totally different from the past videos because I'm just trying something new, and I'm also trying to get away from the noise upstairs and just, you know, level up. So today's video is about cultural shocks living in America. I have a few notes. I just threw that. I don't know why I did that, but I just decided to get a few notes down because there are a lot of things that I have noticed that are completely different. This is like literal cultural shock type of shock, everything, blow your mind away. My daughter is trying to be in the mix again, but I am not allowing her because she don't know nothing about YouTube. So what's up with that? Said earlier on, this is about cultural shocks living in America. I'm just gonna give you guys about, let's say, 8 to 10 cultural shocks. In between, I'll just be adding stories of some of the weird things that I experienced, and this goes back to when I literally arrived the US. The biggest cultural shock when I arrived was when I arrived at the airport. I had about 4 bags. And I was traveling with Oguna, which is my daughter. I had 4 bags and her stroller, and when I arrived there, you know those carts that they give you at the airport, or the ones that you get to store your luggage in? So when I arrived, I had to pay. I had to literally pay for a cart, and I was like, what? Because we always get these carts free in South Africa. So that was the biggest shock, and that's when I realized maybe life is expensive out here in this place. Oguna, could you please let me have the shine for a bit, mama? Take 3. Guys, when you have a baby, you know, you're trying to literally get serious, and then you're like, okay, let me just put you to your side and let you handle yourself. And then I try to set her up, and then she smiles like, I'm not trying to make friends right now, I'm trying to get my own. So would you just let me shine for a bit? Like I give you all the time, could you just let me? Anyways, you guys, that was the first shock. When I arrived, I had to pay about $14. That is times 15, and then that's the amount. That's about 200 and something rand. So I had to pay that amount just for a cart, and I think I had about $15. I don't even know where I probably got it from my husband, but that was the biggest shock. Life in America is expensive. Like, you think that, let's say for example, if you are working and you get paid, let's say $4 would be about 60,000 rands. You'd think that if you get paid that amount of money, you know, you'd be living luxury, but no, it's literally to cover your costs here. So it's not like you're rolling around with a lot of money. Life is expensive here. Stuff is expensive. Stuff is legit expensive. The second cultural shock is that, or in most areas, you will see the American flag. Like, I kid you not. The gas station, there's a flag. People's residential homes or residential areas, there's a flag. Somebody's shop, there's a flag. Somebody's car, there's a flag. Like, I can't understand why, but I guess Americans are very patriotic, so they really are proud of the country, everything that the country stands for. I mean, I'm proud of this country. I'm proud of South Africa, but I guess it's different strokes for different folks. Maybe eventually I'd also have an American flag if, I don't know, but everyone has, or everywhere has the American flag. People like I'm so sorry guys, I literally have to fight to make these videos. Number 3, the date. Number 3 is the order of the date. In South Africa, you have the day, the month, and then the year. For some reason here in the country, it starts with the month, then it's the day, then the year. I have no idea why they did that. I tried to research it. Can't really tell you why. It's still a little bit confusing because sometimes, you know, the date is, maybe the month would be, for example, 3, and the day might be the 4th of the 3rd month. So in that case, it's a little bit confusing because you're thinking to yourself, could it be the month or could it be the date? But then if the date is the 20 something or from the number 12 going on, you can't have a 13th month. So you can understand it better if the day is more, or the number of the day is higher than 12. I don't know whether I'm making sense. So you really understand that, okay, this is the month, the day, and the year. So I don't know whether I've made sense there, but it's just some confusing stuff. Necessary? I don't know. I don't think so. Then number 4. 4 was or is still a little bit weird because I don't know. Number 4 is the number of ads. The number of ads about depression and taking meds for depression, pharmaceutical stuff. I really think about it, and I think about television. When I was watching television back home, we don't have any ads about depression. Like, I remember when we went for baby's first what's it called, when we went to the pediatrician for the first time, I remember I had to fill out this questionnaire about being unhappy, if I've been unhappy, if I've been blaming myself for stuff. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder what this is about. And when I spoke to my husband about it, he was like, no, don't mind them. If you haven't been unhappy, then it's fine. The number of ads about depression and mental health and mental issues is really, really strange. Just pharmaceutical and stuff. I guess it's good for them to advertise because healthcare is huge, especially right now with the pandemic, COVID, you know, just messing things up. It's a sensitive topic, but I just thought that was like extremely weird. Huge shock for me. That was a really, really big shock. Then number 5, I think this is number 5, the side of the road. If you've seen my Instagram recently, I posted about the fact that I have to redo my license. Yes, I have to redo my license from scratch. They do not recognize my previous license. However, I don't think I'll be doing the learners. I'll just go straight to the driving test. I'll be doing this 3-hour alcohol and drug test, and then from there I'll be doing my my driver's test. But I have to do classes. I have to go and attend classes for that. I was trying to study and I was trying to, you know, learn and prepare for my test, and I kid you not, I was reading the same sentence about 5 times, at least 5 times, because everything is so different because of driving on the other side of the road. And also here there's this thing that is known as turning on red, which means that you are allowed to actually turn or move at an intersection if the robot or the traffic light rather is red. So in areas or in places where they tell you that you're not allowed, then you do not cross or you don't turn right. But in most cases you are allowed to turn on red. You just have to make sure that there are no cars coming. So that was another cultural shock. I'm still trying to adjust to that. I mean, it's not easy. I've been living in South Africa all my life, literally all my life, and I am not a young doll. I mean, I know I look like one. I'm joking, you guys. Yeah, so that has been like straight up cultural shock. Then the portions, I actually wanted to talk about the portions. I'm thinking to myself, I really want to document this, because the first time I arrived, I had one of these Costco muffins, these Costco corn muffins, and I was really shocked when I saw how huge it is. So this is how big a muffin is. I don't know, maybe it doesn't look as big here, but this is huge, guys. This is extremely huge. Like when I first arrived here, I was like, what's this? Is it going to make me mutate? Why is it so big? What's in it? You know, like, why are they so big? And it's tasty, but I promise you, up until today, I cannot have this big. Like the palm of my hand. Can you see how huge this is? It is huge. A normal muffin is half this size. So up until today, I am not able to have this whole thing. I always have half. And I think that is going to save me in the long run, because I mean, it's not necessary to have this big muffin. I promise you, it's not necessary. You can live without having this huge muffin. Portions are huge. Everything has added sugar. I can't understand why. It's like everything, the sinks are big, the fridges are big, the beds, everything is huge in this country. Every single thing is huge. The pans are big. I don't even imagine, or I wonder how I will feel when I go back home and I see the normal size that I'm used to, or that I was used to, because I've so gotten used to the big portions or the big whatevers. Actually, I'm going to show you guys a video of the first time. It wasn't the first time that I went out, but my first experience of the huge portion. I think I made a video and I was like, huge portions, this is just the side, this is just the salad. So when they it's huge, guys. Portions are huge. You really gotta mind yourself if you're not trying to, you know, be bigger than you have to be. Not that I'm weight conscious or everything, but some things are just not necessary, you know. Then number 7, I think this is number 7. Number 7 is called daylight saving time. Daylight saving time is actually a weird one that I used to experience when my husband was here and I was still based back home. What would happen is that around November, I don't really have a date back then, around November or towards the end of October, I would notice that South Africa is 6 hours ahead of America. So I would notice, well, Eastern America, I would notice that towards the end of October, the shift, so the what's this thing, the difference, the time difference would move from 6 hours to 7 hours. So it was a little bit complicated then, because it was like another hour added, you know, because we're trying to always be in contact with each other, but then at certain times I would be asleep and at certain times he would be asleep, so we were just trying to manage our relationship. I would notice that, you know, that there would be a shift from 6 hours to 7 hours, and I was thinking to myself, like, what? That doesn't happen in South Africa. What is that about? So in America, in winter, it gets dark really, really quickly. I remember I was talking about the fact that the sun sets at about 4:45 and it really gets dark. It's no joke, it just gets dark. And then it rises late as well, so which means that it's darker for a long period of time. So this daylight saving time was created so that you'd wake up in the morning and it's brighter than it would have been if you woke up an hour earlier. I don't know whether that makes sense. So the clock resets at 2 a.m. in the morning. So instead of it being 2, it moves back to 1 again. So from 1:59, instead of it being 2, it moves back to 1. I don't know whether that makes sense. So I thought that was really, really actually one of the coolest things, because it was like, what? The clock resets itself. And the funny thing was that after it resets, you know, in South Africa, things are still normal. It's like, yeah, no, the clock shifted, you know, an hour behind. I was like, what? So I thought that was really, really cool. Also, another thing that's cool about the country is that America is huge, you know, the states are huge, the different states are huge. So even the hour settings, some of the states are ahead of other states in terms of times. Like, for example, you find that in certain areas, like for example, what's this place, Arizona is 2 hours behind what's this thing, Maryland, which we are based. So Gaithersburg, Maryland, that type of area, that Washington DC area. So they are 2 hours behind, Arizona being in the west, towards the west. So that was kind of like, whoa, because recently my sister-in-law went to Arizona and she was telling us that they are 2 hours behind now, so all of that, and they are still in the same country. So that was also a little bit fascinating, you know, that type of thing. Then also at the gas station, so they call it the gas station here, it's basically the filling station or the petrol station. That's what we call it, the petrol station. The petrol station here, or the gas station, at the gas station you fill the petrol on your own. I've also made a video about that. I knew about that before I arrived here. I know one of my friends on one of the apps was telling me that I'm embarrassing them because I'm showing them what they know and this and that and that. And for me, it's new, you guys, you know, it's new. It will always be a new experience. I think that's why I'm documenting this stuff, because it's kind of cool, because even up until now, every time I go out, I'm always like, wow, even if I turn around or I drive for 5 hours, I still will not see an area that is familiar, you know, because it is like a completely different world altogether. Everything is completely different. Then the other one is one that I also knew about, which is the fencing. So here there's literally no fence whatsoever. If there is fencing, it is because people are trying to separate their property, but it's not because it's unsafe. Schools have no fences, people's homes do not have fences. If there is a fence, it's just for the sake of decoration. It's not because they're trying to block people. Actually, on the day that I arrived here, my luggage got mixed up and it got stuck at another airport. So I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, somebody stole my luggage, you know, because I waited at the Dallas airport and my luggage was not coming. So I speak to the people who are in charge of one of the managers, one of the airline managers, and I was like, I can't find my luggage. And to him, it didn't click that it might be stolen. He just thought that it was behind at the previous airport where I had left my stuff, or where I had landed, because I had a connecting flight, so I had to take 2 flights. I took a flight from Johannesburg to Newark, and then I took a flight from Newark to Dallas Airport. So everything got stuck at Dallas Airport, and I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, they stole it.
So they stole it.
One of those. So anyways, I was, being the South African that I am, thinking, you know, it is stolen. Somebody stole my luggage, and it wasn't the case. It got left behind. My luggage, I don't know, a lot was happening, and my luggage got left behind. And the guy was like, give me your address, you know, we'll send it to you today and we'll deliver it. And I'm thinking to myself, you'll deliver it for free, you know, you don't want me to come and get it, because I'm thinking, what's this life? And they did. They delivered it midnight, same day, and I'm thinking to myself, somebody's gonna steal it, somebody's gonna steal it. But no, nobody thought they would steal it, because this is not that country that you know of. But things are relatively safe in this place. Like, people deliver stuff midnight, they just drop it and they take it. When Amazon delivers, they just drop off your stuff, they take a photo of it, and that's it. So yeah, guys, those are some of the culture shocks that I've experienced so far. I haven't traveled out much, and I've only been here for 3 months, so it's not a case of me having been, you know, everywhere, seen everything. But every day is new, from the food to the language to the manner in which people respond to you, to seeing these big seeing these big companies or big shops, your Targets, your Walmarts, your TJ Maxx, your Giant, all of these big companies. It's all amazing. It's all amazing, you guys. And I don't think I would trade this for anything. I am so grateful to be here and to experience something totally new, and to really also appreciate and be so vigilant and just aware of my surroundings, because everything is so different. So every time I go out and I come back, you know, even learn how to conduct myself in different situations, because people from different places would always be, you know, act differently to different things. So you just need to know how people think in the area, how to respond. Raising a child also in such an environment, how do you keep up with what they are also experiencing when they do go to school? Just all sorts of different things, you know. The holidays, they go huge on holidays. Like for Christmas, everyone had so many decorations in their home. Some people even get people to pay for such electricity, you know, for such decorations. So it's like they get people to come and install it, and then they get people to bring it down. So it's amazing, you guys. It's really amazing. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful also to be able to connect with you guys. The end of this video. I know that there are a lot of things that I did not mention. Maybe they weren't so shocking to me, or maybe I did not notice them much, but I'm just grateful to have had the opportunity to film this and to just, you know, get things on the show again. So if you like this video, please hit the like, please subscribe to the channel, please switch on your notification bell, please comment, please suggest, please stay tuned, please subscribe, and I love you as always. Love you, love you, love you.